members of the culture. I am Ra, and you are here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Been a minute. As I told you, I was a little under the weather. Still a little bit under the weather, but feeling better. So we got a big day of content, so we might as well go ahead and get it. Y'all saw if you've been on TikTok, and if you're not following us on TikTok and Instagram, and everywhere else, why are you not doing that? You should certainly be checking us out on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Anyway, definitely you need to be doing that. So that's how you know. We've already started our morning ritual. Shout out to Rise Mushroom Coffee. You already know I done had it, and then I had my True Sea Moss, so I'm ready for the day. All right, so get a sip because this review is gonna take me out. So how's everybody doing? Hope y'all are doing all right out there. Thank y'all for tuning in. You could be doing anything, but as I always say, you're listening to a bald dude on the internet. So for that, I'm truly appreciative of that. It's been a while since we did a review. We got and because these are two massive figures, I ain't gonna cheat you. We're gonna do a 2-for-1. And that's something 2-for-1 special, man. You ain't have to go to Wendy's or Burger King or nowhere. I gave it to you right here. 2-for-1 special, only at the Great Rod. Because I love all my subscribers out there. We love every single one of y'all. So thank y'all for subscribing, for liking, sharing, commenting, doing all that. Still working on it. The Great Rod merch, still coming. I know. It's been a minute since I touched on it. Just want to let you know I'm still working on it. Anyway, what we're here to talk about today, we are here to talk about premium DNA. Man, I gotta be careful right now. Premium DNA. If you don't know who they are, I'd advise you to look them up. Premium DNA. They make, I think, some really nice collectibles. I would say on the higher end, but definitely awesome collectibles. They are focusing on some of the older IPs: Battletoads, Earthworm Jim, Care Bears, if you can believe it. Yes, Care Bears. And some of my viewers out there, my subscribers, you might be too young to know what I'm talking about. So Google Care Bears, Google Battletoads, Google Earthworm Jim, who's a hero in the community, although y'all don't know. But Google and find that out. These are some characters you need to know about. Do your history, do your research, young people. They are awesome, awesome parts of video game lore. And to see them now getting their respect in the collectible community, man, that's a great thing. So shout out DNA. I definitely want to give you your props on that. I mean, excuse Premium DNA, shout out to you for that. By way of Rare, who owns those IPs through Microsoft. Long deal. Long story short. So I turned the light off. It's a little too bright on there. I don't know if y'all can see them really, really good. Um, Try to make it a little bit brighter. There we go. That's a little bit better. You know, it's a lot of light. We're working on it. Anyway, so who do we have here? We have General Slaughter and General Vermin from Battletoads. Anybody that has ever played Battletoads would know what I'm talking about. I certainly remember back in the day, Rash and Zitz. Awesome video game from back in the day. These are from, as I said, Premium DNA. These are collectibles. Reason you don't see me fondling. Oh Lord, that's a bad word. I need to edit that out. The reason you don't see me touching these guys that much, like I do with all the other collectible items when I do a review, is that these guys are massive. Okay, they're big. General Vermin is around 12 inches in height. These guys each weigh over 2-3 pounds. Man, these are big figures, right? The term premium DNA. I get why they named them that. They put some care into these, and I really appreciate them for that. But they're big, let me be clear, by saying collectibles, that's how I view them, right? So all of the stuff under the umbrella of collectibles, we could talk about Funko Pop, diecast cars, McFarlane, NECA, all of that stuff, Marvel Legends, all collectibles technically, right? That's what the toy companies call. That's what they call them because they're like, hey, these are valuable, and we know that kids don't have this money, so we're gonna fleece the money out of you adults. So they call them collectibles. But anyway, so under that umbrella of collectibles, you got different types, right? High end, mid, however you want to look at it. But there's collectibles, and then there's action figures. I don't want you to confuse these two. These guys are not action figures. They're not something like action figures would be like my guy right here, Maximum Hulk, right? So he's cool, awesome figure, love Maximum Hulk. Maximum Hulk would be considered an action figure. These guys are not in that group. I could put Hulk, he's got a bunch of heads, and they do too, but he's got a bunch of heads. But if you look at his articulation, you could put Hulk in some pretty cool poses, right? If you've been watching the channel, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you've been watching any of our channels that we recommend, like D Amazing, fantastic, best video game, video game, best toy photographer for my money, hands down. I think he's awesome. Go check his channel out. The Amazing, perfect name. He is amazing and great at what he does, right? But if you were going to shoot some pictures with Maximum Hope, and he has, you can certainly do that. These guys are not ones you can do that with, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, okay? They are collectibles, not action figures. These guys are meant to do what you see them doing right now, standing still, put them in a pose like you want to, and leave them alone, man. Because I'm not saying they're, in terms of their articulation, they're gonna have more in common with Marvel Selects. I mean, you know, RIP. I hate that from Diamond Select, but they're gonna have more in common with your Marvel Select figures than they are your Marvel Legends. That makes sense. I'll say it again. They're going to have more in common with a Marvel Select figure than they are a Marvel Legend. And there's a reason for that. So if you look at Marvel Selects, from Diamond Select Toys, who used to be around, you know, RIP, but anybody that knows about them knows that those figures blur the line between action figure and statue. They sit somewhere in the middle, so they're not going to be 20 plus points of articulation. They're gonna be somewhere in the middle. They'll have enough articulation where you can put a pose or two out of them, and they're gonna look awesome on your shelf, scaling with Marvel Legends or other figures. That's where I see these guys at, right? You can move them around to a certain degree. I mean, they're not like terribly articulated. You know, you can move them, but because they are so big and they are so massive and they weigh so much, trying to get them into a bunch of awesome poses can be difficult. It can be done. You can get some good ones because I've played around, obviously, but when you're doing it, it's if you're trying to think it's like a Marvel Legend, you got to get that out of your mind right now. If you think you're gonna come in here and put like Maximum Hulk type poses on these guys, it's not gonna happen. I'm telling you that right now. I have them on the table and they're sturdy, but they weigh so much, man. Especially, I mean, I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to bring this a little closer, man. Like, look really carefully. We're talking about 12 inches and 18 inches, and we're talking about this is a massive, massive figure, man. They come with in the case of General Slaughter, they both come with like three heads, so you can do three different heads. And they have two sets of hands. So you have hands like General Slaughter has these big choking hands, right? And they're huge. They're like baby hands. That doesn't sound like much. When you talk about an action figure, an action figure shouldn't have a baby size hand. I mean, look at the size of his fist, right? But they have those hands. They're huge. Same thing with General Vermin. Look, can't talk. Forgive me. Vermin. If you look right here at his hands, I don't know if you can get a close up. I'll try to bring the camera a little closer. So I'm gonna go ahead and move it against better judgment. All right, this thing is heavy, man. I'm telling you. All right, look right there at his nails. Right there. You probably know somebody's got nails like that, and you don't shake hands with them. So you look right there. Look at the detail. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. Look at the detail on the sculpt right here. Like this is solid, folks. This is an amazing. This is not. This is not some. I'm not dissing plastic figures because it's all plastic, right? And a lot of things. This is not some cheap plastic. That's not what this is. This is heavy. There is a lot of weight to this figure. That's why they don't. I say put him in a position and leave him there. He comes with a whip. His whip is really awesome right there. The whip mace kind of combination. Man, you see them nails? All right, anyway, but he's got three different heads, so you can pick the heads that you want and put them on there. But like I said, as you can see, I mean, look at that. My man needs a mani-pedi quick. Big, heavy, chunky figures. Awesome, though. Awesome, right? But they're just not something that you're going to be messing with a whole lot. I think they're meant to be like they are now, posed, put on a shelf or in a Detolf case if you got that from IKEA or wherever you get your cases. If you go, they're just meant to be displayed and left alone and just look intimidating, and they will do that awesomely. General Slaughter, oh man, let's pray that I can get him over here because this is a big dude. When you talk about a final boss, ladies and gentlemen, this is a final boss. Okay, this is a final boss. This is what a this is. Hey, shout out to the Rock, but this no diss to him. Look at the fist. Look at the sculpt on the nail. on his thumbnail and his fist right there, right? The detail is incredible in this figure. I mean, I can't. I'm running out of words to describe it, right? I mean, just we talking about rough and buff and everything. This is just an awesome, awesome figure. Completely, man. You done knocked the mic off. Like, he wouldn't care anyway. But right here, man, what Battletoad has a chance? You can move, as I said, the head moves up. There is some down to it. Obviously, you can turn it a little bit here or there. This is the Brahma Bull, the end boss of end bosses. You want to see the waist and the legs right here, the hooves. This right here, man. Tell him you're gonna eat a burger or a pig and see what happens to you. You'll get killed out here playing with General Slaughter. Ain't no joke, man. All right, so they are awesome. Premium DNA. I didn't really know a whole lot about them. I just kind of, sometimes you just come across something on the internet. You're just searching because you're always, I'm always searching something. Everybody, I'm sure, has done that, right? And I came across a review and I looked at them and I was like, man, because I saw them. They came out a little more than I think a year or so ago, not even maybe two. Well, when they came out, they were so amazing looking and they were expensive. I mean, we're talking about, $200 almost for him, I think is where he was. This guy was one something. I mean, but they are outstanding. And I'll be honest with you, they're worth the money. I won't lie to you. Premium DNA, the sculpt there, the teeth. Like he has three different hands. He has one where he's bleeding and one where he's just kind of like this pink like saliva. But when I tell you, you can tell that these guys didn't just rush something out. They didn't just say, "Oh man, here's some nostalgia for people." They put their time, they did their research, and they said, "Let's make a premium collectible." And this is what it is. It's not an action figure. Nowhere on here doesn't say action figure on here. Now, on neither of these boxes, they come in huge boxes because they're huge, right? So that's what she said. All right, so if you look right here, it tells you in boss. That's what these guys are. And there's the whole fam right there. That's this whole wave one. And folks, I'm telling you right now, Premium DNA did an amazing job with that, with the Wave One. I've seen those figures. We have more reviews coming to the channel, but I will tell you, I won't put you through the normal review because we are tweaking the system yet again. Believe it. So really, it's what it is this a pass or is this a fail? Right? This is a pass. I'm sorry. Without question, this is a pass. 100% pass. There's no fail here. They pass with flying colors. They are worth your money. If you're out there, if I could go two passes, I'd go two passes. They are 100% pass, no fail here. They are worth your money. I think right now, I mean, I wouldn't go to eBay or Macari. I mean, they're still kind of high there. Um, I think Premium DNA obviously has their own website, of course, where you can look. They tend to be sold out, so just know it might be hard because we are talking about something that came out over a year ago, so they may not be producing them currently, but they are definitely worth your money. These guys came from our good friends at Big Bad Toy Store. Shout out Big Bad Toy Store. Has them on sale. I don't know how long that'll be. I don't know if that's till they sell out. You never know with Big Bad. Sometimes they put things on and then they disappear. But for right now, they're there. So go to Big Bad Toy Store right now. Look up General Vermin, General Slaughter. They're on sale. Grab them while you can, folks, because these are some that if I had missed out on them, I would tell you right now, and I might have, but if I had missed out on them, I'd have been upset. These guys, I'm so happy to have in the collection. So happy, so honored. They're fantastic, um, fantastic collectibles. I'll call them figures, but fantastic collectibles. If you're looking for something that's unique, a little bit different, but intimidating, where you're just like, because most collectors, you got action figures, right? That you mess with, play around with, take pictures. If you got those, that's fine, and that's awesome. We all do. These guys, if you just say, man, I want something badass to sit on my shelf that when I come in, I can look at and just say, man, that is what I'm talking about. When I say awesome, premium, collectible, badass figure, that's what these guys are. They'll do the job. So without question, again, shout out Premium DNA for these awesome figures. Make sure you go out and check them out, folks. Without question, definitely pass, no fail anywhere here. The only knock, like I said, and this is understanding, is that they are collectibles more so than action figures. So the articulation is not the greatest, but I wouldn't expect it with figures of 12 and 18 inches respectively, right? They're huge. They're collectibles. They're meant to just be imposing and sit on the shelf. So to me, no brainer, go out and get them. And we got some more videos coming to the channel, but I thought we would go ahead and let y'all see them first. Please make sure you continue to check today. It's going to be a lot of content coming out here today, baby, without question. It's going to be a great day. We're full of this mushroom coffee and sea moss. We ready to go, baby. Got my craisins. It's over. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So as I say, always, 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 shout out to all of our sister channels, all of our people, Clever's Multiverse, D Amazing. Obviously, like I said, go check him out. Zoe Bad Blood, my man Bones and the Necro Zoo, D Hunters Reviews, one of the best on the internet. Go check those guys out. Same shout out. And definitely with this right here, I definitely want to give the biggest shout out because I don't know if he's checked them out, but I got to give a shout out to my man. Let me make sure I do it right. Ooh, Tony the Toy Rat. Tony the Toy Rat, you definitely should appreciate this because this is General Vermin. Definitely a rat. So I would say make sure you hit up Tony the Toy Rat for all things statues. He doesn't miss. He's on point. That's my guy right there. But anyway, folks, I'm going to get up out of here right now for General Slaughter and General Vernon. Until the next time we meet, ladies and gentlemen, please continue to stay collecting. Please continue to stay tuned. And above all, please continue to stay great. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.